All right, welcome back everyone for another deep dive. And man, have we got a fascinating one today.
Yeah, this is going to be good.
We are talking about candlestick wicks.
Oh, yeah.
This is something that I think a lot of traders kind of like glance over.
Yeah, they just skip right by it.
But there is so much that you can learn
Yeah.
about the psychology of the market just from looking at these little lines on the chart. And, just real quick for anyone who doesn't know, needs a refresher.
Yeah.
Candlestick chart. Each candlestick represents price movement over a certain period of time.
Right.
The body of the candle shows us the open and the close, and the wicks show us the high and the low.
The high and the low, that's it.
For that period. But we're going beyond that today. We're talking about what those wicks tell us about the battle between the buyers and the sellers.
It's a story that's hidden in those wicks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing, is that we're not just looking at where the price ended up.
Yeah.
We're looking at where it tried to go and got pushed back.
Yeah.
Potentially, we could be spotting reversals even before they happen.
Yep.
Just by looking at these wicks.
Engaging the volatility just from those tiny lines.
So when we talk about wicks,
Yeah.
you're talking about how these wicks can actually show us where buyers or sellers are getting rejected in the market.
Absolutely. Yeah, you could think of it like an auction.
Okay.
A long upper wick is like someone bidding way too high for that, antique vase.
Right.
Everyone else steps back. And the price gets pushed back down.
Yeah.
The buyers got overeager, the price got too high, and sellers took control.
So it's like the opposite on the other side. If we're looking at a long, lower wick,
Exactly.
it's like the sellers are just trying to
They're panicking.
get rid of it
They're like, get this thing out of here.
at any price.
Any price.
And the buyers are like, wait a second, I see value here.
Yeah, this is a steal.
I'm going to step in now.
Yeah.
And they drive that price back up.
Yeah, you see these long wicks a lot of times, especially with small bodies on the candlestick. Those often signal indecision in the market.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's like a tug of war, between buyers and sellers.
Nobody can really get
Nobody can get a grip.
a foothold.
Yeah, creating volatility and uncertainty.
Yeah, that makes sense. And so how do we use this information then to maybe anticipate some of those reversals?
Okay, so imagine you see a candlestick with a long upper wick, but a tiny body at the bottom. So, buyers tried to rally, but sellers quickly shut it down.
They're like, nope.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a potential sign that the upward momentum is fading and a reversal could be on the horizon.
Now, what if we're looking at that long lower wick on a red candle? Does that always mean that the buyers are winning?
Well, not necessarily. A long lower wick on a red candle can indicate buying pressure. But remember, context is key.
Okay.
What's the overall trend? Are there any significant support or resistance levels nearby?
Oh, that's right, because we talk about those support and resistance lines as being kind of like these battle lines.
Yeah, battle lines on a chart. A long wick that gets rejected at a support level shows the bulls are holding strong. But if the price breaks through that support with a long lower wick, it could signal a significant move downward.
Yeah, this is so fascinating. And I've got to say, I used to just ignore wicks until one time I was looking at this stock and I was about to buy it. And I saw this massive upper wick.
Ooh.
And I was like, what is that? And thank goodness I paid attention, because the next day, the price tanked.
Oh, yeah. That's a perfect example of how wicks can save you from bad trades.
Yeah. So glad I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about how these wicks can help us understand volatility.
Okay. Yeah.
So I like to think of it like you see a small wick that's like a calm lake.
Yeah.
The price is pretty stable.
Yeah.
But when you see a large wick, that's a storm at sea.
Yeah, the price was all over the place.
Yeah. So if you're looking at a chart and you're seeing a lot of these large wicks over time,
yeah, consistently,
that asset tends to be very volatile.
Exactly. And that helps you align your investments with your risk tolerance.
Right.
Now, we talked about those long lower wicks on green candles and long upper wicks on red candles. Those can be helpful, but they're not foolproof.
So you're saying just because I see that long lower wick on a green candle,
right,
it doesn't guarantee
the guarantees in the market
that the price is going to go up.
No trading indicator is perfect. You always need to consider the bigger picture. What's the overall trend? What's the volume doing? Wicks provide valuable clues, especially for short-term trading, but they shouldn't be used in isolation.
Now, let's say I am riding a trend and I'm doing really well.
Okay.
How do wicks tell me when I need to get out before things reverse on me?
Great question. Say you're in an uptrend, but the candles start forming small bodies and long upper wicks.
Okay.
That suggests that buyers are getting exhausted.
They're getting tired.
They're getting tired, yeah. And it might be a good time to consider taking profits before the trend potentially reverses.
And you'd mentioned earlier about specific strategies.
Yeah.
Could you maybe give an example?
Absolutely. Let's say you see a long upper wick at a resistance level, and the volume on that candle is lower than the previous candle.
Oh, okay.
That could be a signal to consider a short position, betting that the price will go down.
This is so cool. We're not just following lines on a chart.
Right.
We are understanding the psychology
That's it.
of the market. And that can be applied to so much more than just trading.
Absolutely. Think about negotiations.
Oh, wow.
If you push too hard too fast, you might see resistance.
Interesting.
Just like that long upper wick, the key is to recognize those signals and adjust your approach.
Wow, I'm going to be seeing wicks everywhere now.
Yeah.
It's like learning a secret language.
That's it. And the more you understand that language, the better equipped you'll be to navigate the markets and maybe even other areas of life.
Well, thank you so much for diving deep with us today.
My pleasure.
Until next time, keep an eye on those wicks. You never know what stories they might be telling.
That's right.